Hey everybody, HomeSliceHenry here, and in today's video we are taking a look at some awesome spice in the Classic Master League. We are taking a look at Rayquaza to see if it has any viability after the Dragon Tail buff. Now I'll be honest, prior to the buff it had absolutely no relevance in the Classic Master League, but I'm hopeful that a combination of the fact that Dragon Tail now does a ton more damage and Rayquaza has an insane attack stat that we'll be able to apply a lot of fast move pressure. Now for the team, I'm running Melmetal on the lead, Dialga on the safe swap, so I am running a double dragon strategy where the goal is to bait out their best dragon type counter. So without further ado, let's hop into these battles and let's check out Rayquaza in action. Picking up a pretty rough lead here versus Ethereal Landorus, as with its moveset of Superpower and Stone Edge, it has the ability to hit all of my Pokemon for super effective damage. They're going to throw here. I can safely no-shield this as a superpower will not kill me. They actually opt to bait with a Stone Edge, a very interesting call. My guess is they didn't want to lower their defense because, as you can see, since their defense isn't lowered, they can still survive that Rock Slide without having to shield. At this point, I'll let this go. I'm totally fine with letting a superpower take me down, as the Landorus is very low. They're going to save swap into a shiny Lugia, so a very cool pick. Lugia is super bulky. I'm going straight for the Draco Meteor. No baits here. I need to do as much damage as possible. And that connects. That does massive damage. I'm a little worried about the Aero Blast, to be honest, so I am going to shield up the Aero Blast. They get the boost, but I am able to farm them down. Oh, looks like a little bit of lag there, but they wouldn't have been able to reach the Sky Attack anyway. They do have a move loaded on Landorus. They come back in, they're going to be throwing that superpower to take me out, and now it's time for Rayquaza to try and clutch out this game. And they have a Yveltal in the back, and those Dragon Tails are chunking Yveltal. Already below half health. Oh my goodness. I have to survive one as they're already at 2 moves. I can survive the Dark Pulse, which is great. And we sneak a Dragon Tail through. That's huge as they are 1 off of their 3rd Dark Pulse. And they're not going to be able to get there. And we're just able to fast move beat down this man's back line. And he dies with 2 shields. Oh my goodness. Alright, hopping into the next match versus a Mewtwo. This is a pretty neutral matchup, but it's exceedingly bait dependent. I throw on 8 Thunder Shocks, so I'm 1 fast move before they reach the Focus Blast. They let that go, and this is enough for a Focus Blast. I decide to respect it. Unfortunately, they bait with a Psy Strike. Very nice bait there. And again, I'm going to throw before they reach a potential Focus Blast to get the shield back. Unfortunately, no fast move through there. I shield up again, and they bait me twice. This is super unfortunate, as they're now going to be able to win the 2 shield scenario. Unfortunately, none of my Pokemon really want to take unshielded charge moves from a Mewtwo, so my goal is I'm just going to let it take the Melmetal down, and I'll bring in the Dialga. And interestingly enough, they actually mirror with their own Dialga, so they may be weak to Dialga in the back. And they saved the Mewtwo, although it's completely out of energy. They go for an Iron Head, as they're not going to be able to reach a Draco, whereas I'm able to reach a Draco since I did have an energy lead. Draco is going to be able to take out their Dialga, and we'll see what they have in the back. They're waiting their clock, so they'll have the ability to switch. They have a Yveltal in the back. Again, it's time for a fast move beatdown. And they have no shields this time. We survive a Dark Pulse. We just have to get to a move here. Oh, and they try and catch onto the Mewtwo. Oh, but we're able to absolutely beat it down with Dragon Tails. And we're going to be able to get to an Outrage. Bye-bye, Yveltal. And Rayquaza closing strong again. My opponent tried to catch a move, and they just caught Rayquaza's hands. Wait, Rayquaza doesn't really have hands. Let me know down in the comments. What did it catch? Rayquaza's tail? Maybe Rayquaza's tail. Either way, hopping into the next match, picking up a really rough lead, so we are going to be safe swapping into the Rayquaza. We can survive a Rock Slide, so we're going to let one go. We're going to go straight for the Outrage, as this does the most damage. That does a solid chunk of resisted damage here. And at this point, I'm receiving enough energy to get to the Aerial Ace, so I'm going to shield and under tap and go for the Aerial Ace, as it's now low enough where an Aerial Ace will kill. and they actually let it go. So they give me switch, which is huge, and they come in with their third. It's a Metagross. This is looking very rough. I'm going to bring in the Melmetal because Melmetal can really fight back with these superpowers. I'm going to throw right away as an Earthquake takes me out anyway. Superpower, and they smartly shield up the first one. I have a tough call to make here. I'm pretty sure they'll just go straight Earthquake. I shield it up, and it's the Earthquake. Oh, that is massive. I'm going to farm up to 2 just because I wanted to get as much Thundershock damage as possible before I lowered my attack further. We land one, which is very nice, and this next one is going to be getting them very low. Superpower gets the shield, and here they're just going to be able to take me out. I have no more shields. If they Earthquake me, that's fine. They should go for a Meteor Mash. They got greedy, wanted to use the lower energy move, but I'm able to survive even with my triple debuff defense. I'm able to get the Metagross low. Dialga comes in. They cannot get to a move, and we are able to win the game. Oh my goodness, what a match. Hopping into the next one. Melmetal into a Shadow Mewtwo. This is going to be very interesting. Shadow Mewtwo hits absolutely outrageously hard. Again, I'm throwing after 8 Thundershocks right before they get to the Focus Blast. And they actually overfarm past the Focus Blast. They allow me to get to another move, which is great. I'm able to get a shield and an extra Thundershock. So things are looking good here. I call it, and they Focus Blast me. I was confident they were going to bait. That's super unfortunate. This is just the Psystrike. It will hurt a lot, but I can survive it. Psystrike, oof, that is not fun, but we're able to farm down and we leave with a bunch of energy and a shield advantage. They bring in a Groudon. I just need to get to this Draco Meteor. They're down a shield. I don't think they want to be down 2. Let's go for this Draco Meteor. Get out of here, Groudon. They have a Garchomp in the back, and Rayquaza's here to shut it all down. They're just going to be going probably straight Sand Tomb, I would imagine. Straight Sand Tomb, but that's fine. Look at the Dragon Tail damage. Rayquaza, you didn't have to do this, man, like this. Oh my goodness. Rayquaza just farms down, and that's going to be a good game. Oh my goodness. Hopping into the next match here, picking up a pretty cool lead here in Mamoswine, to be honest. The Thundershocks do absolutely nothing, and because of that, I do need 2 moves to take it out. I'm going to shield this up. I'm afraid of the Bulldoze, and we correctly shield the Bulldoze. I'm actually going to go for the Rock Slide here. It does less damage, but I need 2 moves to kill it anyway, so going for Rock Slide bait is pretty safe because I don't want to debuff a potential superpower later on. We are going to be going for the superpower here. We get the shield, and unfortunately, they're able to get to a move before I am. I do shield it up. We correctly call the Bulldoze again. That's massive. And now we're going to be going for another superpower here. And they opt to let it go as we would outpace them to the next one. And they bring out a Giratina Origin. We save swap Rayquaza. We scare him off. The Dialga is forced to throw. Outrage would have nuked them from there. Iron Head, that's fine. And we have the Melmetal in the back. So we're in a pretty comfortable position. We farm up to 2 superpowers here. And we're in a really comfortable position. Superpower does take them out. And even though our attack is lowered, we still have a decent amount of health. And we have some energy. So we're going to start launching these Rock Slides. Mainly just to burn our Switch Clock, but also to do some extra chip damage. And from there, we're just going to Dragon Breath down with our Dialga. Quick swap in, and now it's Dialga time. They're able to get to 1 Shadow Ball here, but it's going to be really close if they can get to 2, and they're just able to get there. They're super low, but they should be in Thundershock down range. So Shadow Ball takes me out. Melmetal comes back in, and we're able to Thundershock down and get a very narrow victory. All right, hopping into the next match. Melmetal into Dialga, an amazing lead for us as Superpower absolutely tears through Dialga. I'm going to follow my similar strategy of building up to 9 Thundershocks and throwing the back-to-back Superpowers, and this will either secure the KO or start getting some shields. First one lands, that does massive damage. Second one comes through, and we get the shield. That's good to know, so they are wanting to get shields down. I'm more than willing to match because I've now double debuffed my defense. They go for the Iron Head, which is pretty smart, and I'm going to build up some extra energy and go for the Superpower. I don't believe I can quite stack 2 before they get to their next move, so I am going to force the shield, and they get to another one. Again, my defense is very lowered here, so I am going to shield this up, and unfortunately that was an offset CMP tie. Had it not been, I would have farmed up more, but we're still able to win the lead. They have Kyogre, and I'm going to save swap into my Dialga. And they're staying in, so they could be pretty weak in the back to dragons if they're staying in. This works pretty well for me. Go for the Draco Meteor, and it's actually a Togekiss. So they weren't actually weak. They were doing a very cool play. Since shields were down, they recognized that they needed me to lower my attack so an Iron Head wouldn't kill. Absolutely incredibly big brain play. And now I have to bring in Rayquaza and force them to dump their energy. Because Melmetal does not want to take a flamethrower. Rayquaza comes in, they're forced to throw, which is fantastic for me. They go for the Aerial Ace, it doesn't kill, and we're able to get to an Aerial Ace of our own. So Rayquaza actually able to take out a Togekiss and secure the win. You love to see it. Alright, hopping into the next match, we have Melmetal into Garchomp. This is terrible for us, but it's Dragon Tail. This is a lot better for us. If it was Mudshot, things would be looking rough, but it's Dragon Tail, so we have a chance. Superpower really doesn't do a lot. Garchomp has a lot of bulk to it, and they sneak through an extra Dragon Tail. Less than ideal. Now we actually aggressively save swap into the Dialga, and we're able to bait out a Togekiss. This is awesome, because if they decide not to throw, we can get to 2 Iron Heads here. We get the shield, which is fantastic. And they decide to throw. This is great. I'm more than happy to take my shield advantage. And now that we've successfully baited out the Togekiss, Rayquaza should hopefully have a lot of play in the back. We bring in the Melmetal here. We're going to overfarm as much as possible. And this is just an ancient power. So we are totally fine here. We are going to let that go. And we're going to build up to 2 and go for the Rock Slide. Rock Slide takes it out. And they do bring in the Garchomp, and here, I'm thinking we baited out the Togekiss. We're good. We're just going to let that Sandtomb go. That's fine. We'll Superpower. We'll take them out. And then Rayquaza closing for us endgame. Rayquaza comes in. They throw. It's probably a Sandtomb. I opt to shield it up on the off chance it isn't, but it is. And what's in the back? Oh, no, it's Double Charm. So if you're running double dragons and they have double charm, that's basically a GG at that point. Unfortunately, I did not preserve enough health on my Melmetal. Had I would have had a chance to win this game. Unfortunately, I did not. I didn't correctly read that it was going to be double charm. So unfortunately, I do take the loss in this one. So good game to my opponent there. Hopping into the next match, a pretty rough lead in Giratina Origin into Melmetal. Again, we save swap Rayquaza, and they bring out an Excadrill. We've seen this play out when they save swapped in a Melmetal, where we can take a Rock Slide. That's fine. It hurts, but we can take it, and it's going to be tough to try and Mudshot us down since we're a flying type. That's double resisted. We're going to go for the Outrage. Outrage does so much damage. I missed a bubble or it might have KO'd. So I'm going to shield here, and I'm just going to take Switch, because I really want Switch advantage. I need that Giratina Origin lined up with my Dialga. See what they come in with. They bring out a Mewtwo. Can we get there? Oh, we're able to get to the Aerial Ace. That's huge. Psycho Cuts really don't do a lot of damage. Aerial Ace, and we get a shield. Oh, that is massive. This is tough. I basically have to let my Melmetal die here. I'm deciding to fully sack the Melmetal. We absorb all that energy, which is great, and in comes Dialga. They're farming up a bunch. This should be another Focus Blast. I have to respect it, because they're going to be going for the Focus Blast because they don't want to face this with the Giratina Origin. This is going to be tough. I have a big energy lead. I have to get to 2 Iron Heads here. Shadow Ball comes through. That does massive damage. Come on, get to the Iron Heads. I throw right beforehand, because I don't want to win CMP on the first, lose on the second, and we're able to get to the second Iron Head. This is going to be taking out the Giratina Origin, and then we just need to farm down this Mewtwo in the back, and we're able to do so and clutch out a very narrow win. All right, hopping into the next match here, the Melmetal Mirror. If we're going to see Melmetal, this is absolutely where we want to see it. Again, like with Dialga, my typical plan is to build up to 9. They let me throw first, which is a solid play, because now my defense is lowered, but then they let me throw again. So they're really wanting me to lower my defense before they throw anything. At this point, I've gotten it low enough and I've gotten a shield. I'm totally fine with letting this go. And they bait. Oh my goodness, they bait. No way. Oh, that's a huge call for us. we're now in the driver's seat of this mirror match. We're going to be able to go for the superpower here, and they decide to let that go. They bring in Dialga. We're going to mirror into our own Dialga. They're staying in. This time, I'm the one behind on energy, so I'm going to go for the Iron Head. They throw. This can't be the Draco. It's just the Iron Head. That's fine. And we're going to be going for an Iron Head of our own. They actually shielded up, so very interesting decision there, opting to use the shield on the Dialga. I'm going to bring in the Melmetal. Unfortunately, we can't quite get to a move. They go for the Iron Head. That does not kill me, and we're able to get to the superpower, which is going to kill them. And we still have a shield for Rayquaza. What's in back? It's a Dragonite. Rayquaza comes in, and Dragonite is having none of it, and we're able to take the win. So all in all, Rayquaza in the Master League Classic Edition. Should you build one? It's a lot of fun, but I'm going to opt towards no. Dragonite does everything Rayquaza does, but better. And you can even run Dragon Tail on Dragonite if you want to. Dragon Claw is just such a good move that Rayquaza really not having Dragon Claw and Rayquaza being so glassy really kind of dooms it to just be kind of like a B- tier Dragonite. But a lot of fun to use. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And a special thank you, as always, to our members here on YouTube. The support you guys provide is absolutely incredible, so thank you guys oh so very much. And until next time, I've been HomeSliceHenry.